The message that I have for you today is this, and it carries weight. There is a conversation that both of you have been holding back for longer than you realize. This person has been sitting with your name on their mind, wondering if the timing feels right. They keep almost reaching out to you, then pulling back because they are unsure of your reaction. You feel it too, that quiet pull toward this person that never fully goes away. It is the kind of connection where no matter how much time passes, the feeling remains beneath. The energy between you two is not dead, it has just been sitting underneath the surface waiting. What the cards are confirming today is something that deep down you have already sensed on your own. Both of you have been circling the same unspoken truth, afraid to be the one who says it. Let us come in close today because this reading confirms exactly what your gut already knows. The first card we have for you is the Two of Cups, and this one speaks volumes here. Two of Cups confirms a mutual emotional bond, one where both people carry real feelings for each other. What stands out is that neither of you has walked away, even through all the silence. The feelings did not fade with distance, they just got buried under fear and hesitation. This card does not appear for connections that are finished, it arrives when the bond holds. A tenderness still lives between you, one that time has not been able to erase. There is something unresolved that keeps pulling you back, and this card says that pull is completely mutual. Two of Cups is telling me that when this person thinks of you, warmth and longing rise together. The bond you share is rare, and the universe does not let that kind of energy dissolve. Missing you is constant for them, and they wonder if you still carry those same feelings inside. The next card coming through is the Page of Swords, and this one tells me something very revealing. Mentally, the words have been drafted and redrafted, each one carefully chosen before being discarded. Messages have been typed and deleted, conversations started in their head that never reached you. Page of Swords confirms the urge to communicate paired with real anxiety about how you might respond. The hesitation is not about lack of interest, it is purely about the fear of being turned away. This card captures a restless mind that wants to be brave, but keeps overthinking every possible move. Your reaction has been imagined 100 different ways, and the fear of rejection keeps winning. I feel like this person rehearses the conversation before it even happens, trying to control every outcome. Page of Swords reveals that the words are formed inside them, but courage has not arrived yet. Their silence is not disinterest. It is the loudest kind of caring wrapped up in protective caution. Then we have the Star, and I love this card because it confirms real hope between you. The Star tells me that underneath all the quiet, a genuine wish for healing and reconnection lives. Neither of you has closed the door completely, and that matters more than you might think right now. A quiet faith radiates from this card, the belief that things between you could still work out. The Star is saying that this connection carries purpose, and it was never meant to dissolve quietly. Even in the distance, something sacred has been preserved between you that refuses to disappear entirely. You may not see it from where you stand, but the bridge between you two has never collapsed. I feel like the universe holds space for this bond, quietly waiting for one of you to move. Hope is not small here. It is the very thread keeping this bond alive through every quiet month. Healing is not only possible here, it is already quietly moving between the two of you. Finally, we have the Knight of Wands, and this card brings a burst of bold energy. Knight of Wands tells me that the desire to reach out is growing stronger, not fading. A pull lives inside them when they think of you, a quiet warmth that keeps drawing them closer. They are not sitting still inside, even if it looks that way from where you are currently standing. Momentum is building behind the scenes, and this person is closer to taking action than you realize. Something is going to shift soon because the energy behind their hesitation is starting to crack open. The walls they built around their heart are thinning, and you are the reason that keeps happening. Knight of Wands does not wait forever, and that tells me a tipping point is approaching. The courage they need is forming slowly, and once it peaks, they will not hold back. Today, the message is unmistakable. Both of you want to talk, and only fear keeps you apart. This person wonders how you would react. And the truth is that your heart already knows the answer. The cards confirm that this is real and mutual, and the silence between you is fading fast. Okay, let us talk about where you are in all of this because your energy speaks loudly. Carrying this weight has become second nature for you, and nobody around you even notices the strain. On the surface, everything looks handled, but underneath there is a longing you cannot seem to shake. Every time you convince yourself that you have moved past it, a memory pulls you right back. It hits at the strangest moments in the car or late at night when everything goes quiet. Your silence about it is not strength, it is fear dressed up to look like composure. Admitting how much you care feels risky because vulnerability has never come naturally to your nature. Deep down, you know that pretending costs more energy than honesty ever would, but habits run deep. Nobody asks how you feel beneath the surface, and you prefer that silence because the truth feels heavy. The first card here is the Queen of Pentacles, and she confirms something important about your state. Queen of Pentacles shows me that you have been pouring energy into staying grounded, keeping yourself stable. Work has become your shield, routines have become your armor, and staying busy keeps the ache manageable. A structure was built around your heart so you would not have to sit with the pain openly. From the outside, it looks like you have everything under control, but inside you feel a gap. Queen of Pentacles tells me you are exhausted from performing strength when closeness is what you crave. Warmth is what your heart reaches for, but no achievement or distraction has been able to replace it. Something vital went missing from your daily life, and no matter how full it looks, the emptiness persists. Holding it all together takes more effort than you let on, and the weight grows heavier each day. The next card coming through is the Five of Cups, and this one lands with a specific sting. Five of Cups reveals a grief sitting unprocessed inside your chest. Something unfinished that keeps resurfacing. What you mourn is not the past itself, it is the version of the future you lost. That picture you once held of how things were supposed to unfold, it still haunts you quietly. Five of Cups says your focus stayed on what spilled, while Two Cups remain standing behind you. Blessings in your life have been overlooked because the weight of loss consumed so much of your vision. Regret visits more often than you admit, and it always circles back to the same quiet ache. Late nights are the hardest because that is when the guard drops and the feelings flood back in. Part of you wonders if you waited too long, said too little, or let pride win. Then we have the Empress, and I love seeing her here because she reveals your softer truth. The Empress confirms that beneath all the guarding, you are deeply nurturing and tender at your core. Loving fully without reservation is what you want, but past pain taught you to hold pieces back. I feel like you keep your most tender feelings locked away, hidden from even your closest people. A part of you remembers what it felt like to be completely open with no fear at all. Her message says your heart has not hardened, it has only been resting underneath layers of protection. Warmth still flows through you naturally, and the people closest to you can feel it even now. Distance goes against your nature, and every day spent guarding your feelings contradicts who you truly are. Pretending takes a toll that only grows with time, and your spirit knows it cannot last forever. Your capacity to love has not diminished at all. It has only been placed carefully on hold. Letting the guard down feels like a risk, but somewhere inside you already know it is necessary. Finally, we have the Ace of Wands, and this card tells me something is stirring inside you. Ace of Wands shows a spark of motivation building. A quiet fire that refuses to stay contained. Lately, you have been thinking about what it would look like to stop waiting and follow instinct. That inner voice keeps growing louder, and no amount of logic or caution can manage to silence it. Ace of Wands confirms that your soul is tired of the stillness, tired of performing indifference. Something inside you has shifted recently, and the version of you that hides is losing its grip. A new wave of courage is forming inside you, even if you do not fully trust it yet. Each day, the fire builds a little brighter, and your resistance to it weakens a little more. Honoring your feelings is closer now than ever before, and your spirit knows the time is near. Right now, the cards see exactly where you are, holding back while your heart begs for honesty. What lives inside your chest is not confusion, it is clarity you have been afraid to follow. Silence was never about indifference for you. It has always been love dressed up as protection. Everything you feel is valid and deeply rooted, and the weight you carry proves how much this matters. Now, let us shift over to their side of things because their inner world is heavy right now. This person has not been sleeping well, and the reason circles back to you every single night. Their mind replays conversations that already happened, searching for clues about where things shifted between you. Guilt sits in a corner of their chest that they refuse to look at directly, but it stays. Pride has been running the show for them, making decisions that their heart never actually agreed with. Walking away looked like strength on the outside, but on the inside it felt like self betrayal. They carry your memory differently than you think, not casually, but with a tenderness that surprises them. Pretending to be unbothered has cost them more peace than expected, and the mask is slowly cracking. Even their laugh sounds different lately, and the people around them can sense that something has changed. Nobody in their life knows the full truth because admitting how much you matter feels too vulnerable. The first card we have is the moon, and this one reveals deep layers of inner conflict. The moon confirms that confusion has been their constant companion, clouding every decision about you. Fear of the unknown drives most of their hesitation, not lack of feeling or genuine care. Inside their mind, two voices argue constantly, one urging courage and the other demanding full protection. Trusting their own emotions feels impossible right now because the intensity of it all scares them. Feelings this strong feel dangerous to them, and they wonder if surrendering means losing control entirely. Fog covers their emotional landscape, and they keep searching for certainty in a situation requiring pure faith. I feel like they are caught between what feels safe and what feels true, unable to choose. The moon reveals that their silence is not calculated, it is the sound of being deeply overwhelmed. Coming through next is the Six of Swords, and this one adds important context to their story. Six of Swords shows me that they have been mentally trying to move on, forcing transition prematurely. Every attempt to leave this behind has failed because their heart keeps pulling them back to square one. Logically, they built a case for why walking away made sense, but emotion dismantles it every time. A circular journey keeps repeating for them, never arriving at the peace they were desperately searching for. Closure has not come no matter how hard they reached for it, and that absence haunts them daily. They pack their emotional bags more than once, but something invisible keeps anchoring them to your connection. Departure was the plan, but their spirit refuses to fully commit to a life without you in it. Distance was supposed to bring relief for them, but instead it only sharpened how much they need you. Six of Swords reveals that the boat has not sailed, it has been sitting at shore waiting. Then we have the King of Cups, and this card tells me something very revealing about their nature. King of Cups shows a person who feels everything deeply but has trained themselves to mask it. Emotional control is their armor, and they wear it so well that even close friends miss the pain. On the surface, they appear composed and rational, but underneath a storm of longing rages without pause. Their love language is silence and distance when hurting, which makes them seem cold to outsiders. King of Cups says they are terrified of being emotionally exposed because vulnerability was punished in their past. Opening up means risking rejection, and that fear runs deeper in them than most people could ever guess. Underneath the controlled exterior, a heart aches for the safety of being fully seen and accepted. Emotional walls were built long before you arrived, and your connection is the first thing threatening them. Finally, we have the Four of Wands, and this card surprised me because of what it confirms. Four of Wands reveals that they associate you with home, comfort, and a rare feeling of belonging. No matter where they go or who they spend time with, your energy represents something irreplaceable. What they felt with you was not ordinary, and they know deep down it cannot be duplicated. Four of Wands confirms that their vision of happiness still includes you, even without saying it. Stability is what they crave at their core, and you are the only one who offered it. In their heart, you were mapped as home long ago, and no silence has erased that truth. Inside their quietest moments, they picture a life with you, and that image brings both hope and fear. Between you, the foundation was never destroyed, it was only covered by temporary distance and fear. Everything they carry inside points back to you, and their resistance is about terror, not doubt. Consumed by you in ways they will never willingly admit, their inner world belongs to you entirely. So now we are getting into the movement because things here are picking up speed fast. Stillness is no longer sustainable between you, and the cards confirm that a shift is underway. What has been frozen between you two is beginning to thaw, and the first cracks are showing. Momentum has been gathering beneath the surface quietly, and now it is pushing through into visible action. Communication is coming, whether it arrives through a direct message or an unexpected moment of crossing paths. Timing will catch you off guard here because it will not happen the way you once imagined. Expect something subtle at first, a small gesture or a casual reach out that tests the waters gently. This person is building courage in stages, and the final push is closer than either of you realizes. Their next move will not be dramatic or grand. It will be quiet and carefully measured at first. A door that felt sealed is now loosening at the hinges, and neither of you can ignore it. Readiness is forming on both sides, even if neither of you has spoken a word about it yet. The first card here is the Eight of Wands, and this is pure momentum in motion. Eight of Wands confirms that things are about to accelerate between you rapidly and without much warning. Messages are forming, plans are shifting, and a magnetic pull between you is reaching its collision point. This card does not allow for stalling. It pushes everything forward, whether the timing feels convenient or not. Eight of Wands says that within a short window of time, contact will be made between you. It could arrive as a text, a call, or even a face-to-face encounter that feels unplanned. Whatever form it takes, the exchange will carry weight and it will reopen everything left unsaid. Once that first exchange happens, it will unlock everything that has been trapped behind the walls of silence. Speed is the signature of this card, and what has been delayed is now rushing toward the surface. I feel like the universe has grown impatient with the silence, and acceleration is finally here. No more circling is allowed here because the path forward is becoming clear and unavoidably direct. Next, we have the Chariot, and this one confirms that a decision has been locked into place. The Chariot shows that this person has made an internal choice to move towards you, not away. Willpower is now driving their actions, and the back and forth in their mind is finally settling. Debating with themselves is over now, and the focus has shifted purely toward execution and action. Forward motion is inevitable here because the mental war they fought with themselves has reached its conclusion. They are gathering nerve to act, and once that threshold is crossed, there will be no retreating. Their body language will shift first, and you may notice small signals before any words are even spoken. This card represents controlled momentum, meaning their approach will be intentional and thought through before delivery. Nothing about their next step will be reckless. It will come from a place of genuine resolve. Chariot confirms that movement is locked in now, and every step they take points straight toward you. Hesitation still exists at the edges, but it no longer holds the power to stop what is coming. Then we have the Three of Pentacles, and this card tells me how the reconnection will unfold. Three of Pentacles reveals that the reconnection will not be a single moment, it will be a process. Rebuilding is the central theme here, and both of you will need to participate for it to hold. One conversation will open the door first, and what follows will require effort from both sides equally. Rushing back into old patterns is not the path here. It is about building entirely new ones. Collaboration is the key word with this card, meaning both of you must show up willing to invest. Quiet groundwork is being laid right now, and every small step forward carries real significance here. What comes next between you is not a quick fix, it is the beginning of something intentional. Brick by brick, a new foundation is being rebuilt between you with genuine care and real purpose. Patience will be required on both ends because the strongest reconnections are built slowly and honestly. Action is the theme of everything showing up in this section, and stillness is no longer an option. Every card in this section carries forward motion, and not a single one suggests that things stay frozen. Movement is already in progress, and the first visible sign of it landing in your life is close. What was stuck is now unstuck, and everything between you two is finally ready to shift forward. Prepare yourself for contact because the cards are clear that this is a matter of when. Something tangible is about to land in your life from this connection, and it changes everything. Waiting is ending now, and what replaces it will require your full presence and willingness to engage. Okay, this is where it gets deeply personal because the confessions hiding inside are intense. What will never be said out loud lives permanently on the tip of their tongue, burning quietly. A truth sits locked inside their chest, one they have never shared with a single soul around them. They are in love with you, and the weight of hiding that fact is destroying them from within. It is not casual or passing, it is an all consuming presence that dominates their inner life. Every relationship attempted since you has been measured against what they felt, and nothing has compared. Nobody has matched it or come near it, and that impossible comparison haunts every new connection formed. Their deepest confession is this: they never wanted to walk away, but circumstances forced a painful decision. Leaving was survival for them, not preference, and that distinction eats at them during every quiet moment. If one chapter could be rewritten, it would be the exact moment they made the choice to go. Regret does not begin to describe it because the word feels too small for what actually lives inside. The first card here is the Seven of Cups, and this one opens the vault of hidden desires. Seven of Cups shows me fantasies about you, ones that surface far more often than anyone would suspect. Late at night, entire futures are built with you conversations and confessions that only exist in thought. Imagination paints scenes of telling you everything, holding nothing back and letting you see beneath the armor. In those private moments, vulnerability is rehearsed, words practiced over and over that are still too frightening. Seven of Cups reveals a person drowning in unspoken wishes, each one centered entirely around your presence. Fantasy here is not physical alone, it is emotional intimacy at a depth never experienced before. What is craved most is to be fully known by you, every flaw exposed without fear of loss. I feel like a version of you lives inside their mind, treated almost as something sacred and untouchable. Imagination has kept this connection breathing, even when every part of reality tried to put it to rest. Next, we have the High Priestess, and she reveals the secrets guarded most carefully behind closed doors. The High Priestess tells me that hidden knowledge exists about your connection, things that will never be volunteered. Depth of what you shared was sensed early before either of you had language to name it. Intuition confirmed that you were different and that knowing has never faded no matter how much time passed. A secret lives here that nobody suspects. Full conversations with you still happen inside their head daily. When life gets overwhelming, the instinct is to reach for your memory because you once made everything safe. The High Priestess reveals prayers spoken about you, quiet requests to the universe for guidance and direction. Answers arrived but keep getting ignored because following through requires a bravery that has not surfaced yet. Deep within their spirit lives a certainty, a knowing that you belong in their life permanently. No proof or logic supports it, no outside voice confirmed it, and yet that knowing remains unshakable. Spiritual awareness runs through this entire confession because the bond transcends anything surface level or ordinary recognition of your soul happened instantly for them. defying every rational explanation they have tried to build. Finally, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and this card reveals the most private, unspoken desire. Nine of Pentacles shows a wish to build something real and lasting, specifically and only with you. Not a temporary reunion or nostalgic revisit, but a genuine partnership rooted in growth and daily stability. Hidden inside is a wish for mornings beside you, where waking up feels safe and completely unhurried. Ordinary moments are pictured constantly, grocery runs and quiet evenings, and those images move them profoundly. Nine of Pentacles confirms that success and luxury feel meaningless without you present to share in them. Achievement rings hollow without you there, because the one person worth celebrating with is permanently gone. Independence was supposed to feel liberating, but it only highlighted how much richer life felt with you. Already you are seen as the missing piece, the one absence that no accomplishment has managed to fill. Everything built since you left carries an invisible mark, incomplete without your presence standing beside them. Hidden from everyone is a love so deep, it quietly rewrites every plan they attempt to make. Confessions this heavy do not surface easily, but the cards see through every wall constructed around them. Nothing in their silence is indifference. It is the deepest devotion trapped behind pride and lingering fear. A choice was made by their heart long ago, before they were even ready to face it. So let us bring everything together now, because the near future between you two looks very promising. Within the coming weeks, a shift is going to land in your life and it will feel unmistakable. Contact is approaching faster than you expect, and when it arrives, it will carry genuine weight. This person will reach out in a way that feels different from anything before, quieter but more honest. Walls that stood between you are thinning rapidly, and the first real conversation is not far away. What comes next will not be perfect or polished, but it will be real, and that matters most. Expect vulnerability in a form you have not seen before, raw and unfiltered for the first time. A new chapter is opening between you, and the foundation has already been laid beneath the surface. Timing is aligning in your favor right now, and the universe is clearing space for this to land. Do not be surprised if dreams about this person intensify, because the spiritual connection is strengthening. The first card here is the Ace of Cups, and this confirms a fresh emotional beginning approaching. Ace of Cups says that a new wave of emotional energy is forming, ready to wash over everything. Old wounds will begin to soften, and in their place, something tender and hopeful will start to grow. This card represents the purest form of emotional renewal, a clean slate offered by the universe itself. Ace of Cups confirms that love is not finished here. It is preparing to return deeper. Healing will arrive alongside the reconnection, and both of you will feel it the moment contact is made. Then we have the World, and this card tells me that a full cycle is completing between you. The World confirms that everything you both went through was necessary, painful, but purposeful in its unfolding. Separation was never the ending. It was the bridge leading directly into the next version of this completion. Energy surrounds this entire reading, and a resolution you have been waiting for is finally near. What felt like loss was actually preparation, and now both of you are ready for what comes next. Growth happened on both sides during the separation, and that growth is what makes the return possible. Closure on the old chapter is confirmed, and an open door into something more grounded awaits you. Now, here is my advice to you, and I want you to take this part to heart carefully. When contact comes, do not lead with pride. Lead with the honesty your heart has been holding. Let them see that you care without performing strength, because authenticity is what this connection needs most. Do not rush the process or demand immediate answers. Allow the rebuilding to happen at its natural pace. Stay grounded in your own worth while remaining open, because balance between the two is essential here. Trust what your gut has been telling you all along, because your intuition has been accurate. Release the fear of being hurt again, because holding on to that fear only delays what is already coming. Be willing to meet them halfway, because this next chapter requires equal participation from both sides. Fully protect your peace, but never use it as a wall. Let it be your foundation instead. From the very beginning, the message was clear. You both want to talk, and that desire is mutual. This person wonders how you would react if they reached out, and your heart already knows the answer. Every card confirmed that the feelings between you are real, active, and far from finished in any way. Your side showed a heart tired of hiding, longing for the closeness that only this connection provides. Their side revealed a love they cannot openly admit, trapped behind walls built from old fear. Movement confirmed that action is already underway, and the waiting period between you is ending now. Hidden confessions showed a devotion so deep it rewrites their plans with you at the center always. Near future holds reconnection and healing, and a love returning in a form stronger than what came before. Nothing about this connection is over, and the cards made that undeniably clear throughout every single section. Every section of this reading pointed in the same direction, and that direction is back toward each other. What you have been feeling is not imagined, it is confirmed and mirrored on the other side completely. Hold onto that truth tightly, because what is coming will require your faith and your willingness to receive. Love has not forgotten you here, and this connection still has chapters left that deserve to be written. You are seen by the universe and the cards, and love on the other side is real. Thank you for being here today, and I hope this reading brought you the peace you needed. Take care of yourself and trust the process ahead, because beautiful things are aligning in your favor. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Within the coming weeks, a shift is going to land in your life, and it will feel unmistakable. Contact is approaching faster than you expect, and when it arrives, it will carry genuine weight. This person will reach out in a way that feels different from anything before, quieter but more honest. Walls that stood between you are thinning rapidly, and the first real conversation is not far away. What comes next will not be perfect or polished, but it will be real, and that matters most. Expect vulnerability in a form you have not seen before, raw and unfiltered for the first time. A new chapter is opening between you, and the foundation has already been laid beneath the surface. Timing is aligning in your favor right now, and the universe is clearing space for this to land. Do not be surprised if dreams about this person intensify, because the spiritual connection is strengthening. The first card here is the Ace of Cups, and this confirms a fresh emotional beginning approaching. Ace of Cups says that a new wave of emotional energy is forming, ready to wash over everything. Old wounds will begin to soften, and in their place, something tender and hopeful will start to grow. This card represents the purest form of emotional renewal, a clean slate offered by the universe itself. Ace of Cups confirms that love is not finished here. It is preparing to return deeper. Healing will arrive alongside the reconnection, and both of you will feel it the moment contact is made. Then we have the World, and this card tells me that a full cycle is completing between you. The World confirms that everything you both went through was necessary, painful, but purposeful in its unfolding. Separation was never the ending. It was the bridge leading directly into the next version of this completion. Energy surrounds this entire reading, and a resolution you have been waiting for is finally near. What felt like loss was actually preparation, and now both of you are ready for what comes next. Growth happened on both sides during the separation, and that growth is what makes the return possible. Closure on the old chapter is confirmed, and an open door into something more grounded awaits you. Now, here is my advice to you, and I want you to take this part to heart carefully. When contact comes, do not lead with pride. Lead with the honesty your heart has been holding. Let them see that you care without performing strength, because authenticity is what this connection needs most. Do not rush the process or demand immediate answers. Allow the rebuilding to happen at its natural pace. Stay grounded in your own worth while remaining open, because balance between the two is essential here. Trust what your gut has been telling you all along because your intuition has been accurate. Release the fear of being hurt again because holding on to that fear only delays what is already coming. Be willing to meet them halfway because this next chapter requires equal participation from both sides. Fully protect your peace, but never use it as a wall. Let it be your foundation instead. From the very beginning, the message was clear. You both want to talk, and that desire is mutual. This person wonders how you would react if they reached out.